It's a very, very complicated set of negotiations, and the key thing is to make sure that none of the interests are actually end up being poor relations, and so this should be seen as being a stepping stone on quite a long journey as the Scrutiny Committee in ensuring that Gibraltar's interests are protected.
And were you reassured by what the Chief Minister said in that respect?
Yes, I think I have to say I thought he was very positive on a number of counts. Firstly, is the UK Gibraltar level, and to hear that the communication channels are going well, and that essentially Gibraltar, at least, is happy and satisfied that its interests are understood and are being respected under the various agreements between the UK and Gibraltar. The other thing which I thought was positive was the obvious upbeat tone of the bilateral relationship with Spain, and there are a number of examples that were given there. But in particular, actually, was the cooperation in the COVID crisis and the ability for supplies to come to Gibraltar and things. And I think that is also a very positive thing. But equally, there are a number of big, horrible problems that are going to be very difficult to sort out. So the European arrest warrant was one problem, which is the UK shares that as a problem, and so you're in no different a position than we are. But I don't think we're terribly optimistic about seeing a way through that particular issue.
Once you've had a chance to debrief with your colleagues on the Lords EU Committee, what might the next steps be in respect of Gibraltar?
Having heard what we heard today, I think our feeling is that in fact things are going in reasonably well, because Gibraltar is not being disadvantaged in any way relative to what is going on with the UK. I mean, everyone is obviously enormously hoping that we will reach with the EU a deal which would be in both parties' interests, and obviously our committee has written before that we feel that a no deal Brexit from here would be very damaging, and it would be damaging to all parties and is not in anybody's interest at all. But I don't think, from what I heard today, that there's anything apart from actually patting ministers on the back in London to say, well, it appears that you are looking after the interests. The protocol that was agreed in the withdrawal agreement is being respected, and the various organs that are set up for UK government and Gibraltar government to discuss things appear to be working well. But as I said, part of being a committee is to be ever vigilant. The other thing which I know that the committee felt is a big set of congratulations to the way in which you've handled the COVID crisis so far. I think it sounds as if the community has really come together, and I think that is greatly to the credit of all Gibraltarians.